Hello, I'm Cheyenne Robinson. I'm here with Pure Romance. I've been an affiliate for 3 years. If you missed my introduction and live yesterday. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my journey in social selling with Pure Romance, how I got started, and what that would look like for you or for someone that's considering doing social selling, and also just some things for you to be aware of or think about, whether it be you look to partner with someone like me or even partner with someone else. So I mentioned yesterday that I'm not going to suggest anything that I haven't done or tried before, but I actually want to asterisk that statement with I will not suggest anything that I haven't either tried or that I would do differently had I had or would I have had the opportunity to try again. And the reason I say that is because when I started, the way I started running my business is very different in how I work it today. And so let's take a step back and talk about how I got started in social selling with Pure Romance. So if you listened to me yesterday, you know that I got started, or if you saw my post earlier, you know that I got started with a free basically link where I could send it out and share it with people and they could shop with me, and I got commission for that, right? I still do that with Pure Romance, but I also carry some inventory too. And as a new person coming in to Pure Romance, you have either option to carry inventory or to not. When I first dove in, I just did the purely social selling option and then later made the decision to add inventory. So that is an option, but I want to really focus on the social selling aspect because in my opinion, everyone should be building their social presence if they're wanting to make a personal brand for themselves, whether it be with Pure Romance, which is who I'm here with, or it be with another company. I think that's super important. If you're an affiliate with another company, let me know if you agree with that too. I'm curious to know if anyone's shaking their head with me here too. So when I got started, I was mostly doing social selling. And at that time, there was a huge selling point, and really what I'd seen across the industry of, oh, it's super replicatable. We have scripts. If you don't know how to talk to people, we have things that you can just copy, paste, and run with it. And when I started 3 years ago, that is what I did. Would I suggest that for someone joining the business today? Absolutely not. And here's why. Today, we have so much competition, and I'm not trying to say, oh, this is not going to be a good fit because there's so much competition, right? What I mean by that is people are selling all the time on social media, right? And one of the major benefits, in my opinion, as being a direct seller is that people get to know you and decide if you're someone that they want to work with. And so if you're just copying and pasting what other people are doing, it's not going to be unique to you. And it almost feels a little bit disingenuous because they're not your words. And it's also, it's kind of like you're taking someone else's words, and it's not really genuine to you and to how you speak and so many things like that. So I would say if I started over, I wouldn't do that process, and that's what I would suggest for anyone that's new in the business and starting to build their personal brand on social media. And as a mentor, that's something that I would actually work with you on and provide you with tips and recommendations for how to even get started with that and what does that look like? Now, I mentioned yesterday that I also don't want to overwhelm you. So when I got started, I just had everything. I had YouTube videos, I had Zoom calls, I had in-person trainings, I had all of these different things. And for most people, I think that could be a little bit overwhelming. So what I would suggest for anyone that gets started is that we actually have a phone conversation and decide what's going to be the best route for you based on your learning style and also the way that you want to sell. So if you want to do social selling, or if you want to do in-person selling, or both, because it can look a little bit differently in what's going to be the best way for you to get started. But I will never tell you to message your fourth cousin twice removed and tell them that you've joined a great business and they should buy from you, because that's not something you would normally do, right? But you probably would message some of your close friends or family and say, hey, I'm super excited about this. Would you like to learn more? And that would be more of the route that we would go. So it would be personal and personable. So it's going to not be something that's very scripted, but I will basically prompt you and help you with coming up with a strategy that's going to be best for you and whatever your personal brand is. Now, when you get started, that's not something you're probably going to know. Right off the bat, you're like, branding, what is this, marketing 101? What are you talking about? But that's something that I would work with you, and something you also will figure out as you start to work with a company or work as a business owner. You really figure that out along the way. That's one thing that I've really loved in doing this, is I've learned so much about myself, just because I have to know this about myself. If I'm wanting to show up authentically and tell people who I am, I need to know who I am too, right? So another great benefit of getting into social selling, wherever that may be. So I mentioned, if you work with me, that we won't be doing scripts, but I will be guiding you with how to build your personal brand, or my recommendations for doing that, but also in a way that's going to be best for you, depending on your learning style and how you want to be an affiliate. Are you someone that just wants to share the products that they like? Are you someone that wants to do the sexual health education piece of it and really go out there and make sure women are more informed about their bodies and the products that they can use to help them with different problems that they could be having? Or are you someone that just wants to bring the fun in home and help people to have a great time, and then you leave with money in the bank right after the event? So again, it's really going to be up to how you want to work it and what's going to be the best fit for who you are. And that's all I have for today. I do have a link I'll drop below that where you can connect with me. And if you haven't already, if you're curious to learn more about me, definitely add me as a friend on Facebook so you can see more about who I am and if I'm someone that you would like to work with. If you are ready to get started and you'd like to have a phone conversation with me, from that link, you're going to click Partner with Cheyenne. It's not going to lock you into anything. Basically, that just tells me that you're interested to learn more, and I'll reach out to you and we'll schedule a conversation, whether that be just texting, or that be voice messaging, or actual phone or video call. It will basically be whatever you prefer as far as those communication channels, and at a time that's convenient for you. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and my inbox is always open if you ever have any questions, whether it be about business or personal things that you would like to discuss as well. So have a great weekend, and I'll see you more later this week.